Ha ha ha, hear that? Boy oh boy, do I have a special show for you today. I had to pick up this oscilloscope so I could actually find the problem, but let me show you some symptoms first.
Thing. I'm just trying to get up some speed.
Hear that pulsing? What you're hearing is actually the sound of a cylinder not making any combustion whatsoever. Now, typically that means that there's a blown head gasket, especially in these little two-stroke outboards, but here's the kicker. I started to take apart the head to inspect the head gasket, but this is what I found. Yep, there's not much of a cylinder head here at all. Let me show you an example of what I normally see. This is from a Johnson. The part that the spark plugs plug into comes off, like a head from a car. Next, I tested the spark on both cylinders. Nothing really looked too out of the ordinary, so I moved on over to the carburetor. After some disassembly, I gave it a good soak in the ultrasonic cleaner for good measure, put all new gaskets on it, and got it back on the motor, only to find the motor doing this. Well, normally you'd think, that sounds fine. Well, here's how it's supposed to sound. See the difference? Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of how I figured this out.
Yeah, you guys can't see that anyway. But I just switched around the coil packs. Now it's off. Now it's back on. Yeah, there's a... So I switched these around, and now I'm starting to lead to this because everything else is showing that it's got signal. I think this is the only thing left.
Fortunately that night, my little scope showed up from Amazon, and wouldn't you know it, after poking around in some wires, I saw something strange but cool at the same time. You can actually match up some of the erratic lines with what you hear when the cylinder drops out, and that's when I knew the problem was underneath the flywheel. So I ordered a new stator from you-know-where, and based on the specifications from this website, I was thinking this should work. By the way, I'll leave the site in the description below. They're not a sponsor or anything, but boy are they helpful. And they've got more engines on there than just mine, so give them a look. And wouldn't you know it, the brand new one doesn't work either. Yep.
So now we have a new Quicksilver assembly. 700. Alright, I think this one's going to work.
So this time I'm going to replace the trigger, which in hindsight I probably should have done before, but intermittent spark and stators go hand in hand. Oh well, lessons learned. I'm not going to go through and tidy all this up just yet. I want to make sure this works, and after a few pulls...
Okay, let's go ahead and hook up the timing light here. I just want to see if that other cylinder is getting spark. I'm fairly confident that it is, but might as well just check. Oh yeah, we got spark all the way through. Woo, getting a little smoky. You'll notice it's not as smoky anymore. It's running a whole lot better. I think it burned off whatever carbon and crap was left in the cylinder, and it's a lot healthier than it has been. So it's idling a little high. We can turn that down a little bit. There we go. So we can turn it down. I'm going to have it right about maybe there, just for fun. What ends up happening though is this plastic's getting kind of old. So when I pull on it, it kind of jerks this whole thing forward a little bit. And anyway, that's neither here nor there. But when I time this thing, what I've been doing is just kicking it in gear. Let's go forward. And then I let it burn itself a little bit like that. See, now it's nice and smooth, but before it's going to boom, boom, boom. And when it does that, I just kind of adjust accordingly. So if I notice there's a little too much smoke, I'm going to the right, it's going to die, and I pull it to the left a little bit, and it starts evening out. And then, you know, at this speed, it's going to be pretty much calibrated. This is about the best I can do in this tub without having all the water come out of it at the same time. So keep that in mind. So that's what I've been doing, and now it's to the point where I'm confident that now when I get back out on the water, it'll be a whole lot better. Here we go. Oh, there goes a little bit. Yeah, I don't like how much water's not going through that through the head there, so I don't want to get it up too high in here and end up getting this thing cooking, which is probably part of the reason why testing it like this is not so bad, but not so good at the same time. But I think this is going to be pretty reliable.
Little did I know, a few days later that statement would come true. There was a lot more to making this engine reliable, but I'll save those for a couple of more in-depth videos about the carburetor and the water pump. If you made it this far and the video helped you out a little bit, make sure you hit that thumbs up. It goes a long way to help me make more videos just like this. Or let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you got a better way of doing things or a cool story, I might just pin it. See you in the next one. Okay, so somebody took out the thermostat, so there is no thermostat.